Yo guys, what's going on? This is Yorkie Man here, and as you can already tell by the thumbnail, we've decided to rock with Bayern Leverkusen for this first career mode on FIFA 21. We're gonna, learn the ropes in this one, see how the changes affect the game. There's a lot of changes this year, which is nice. I haven't played much FIFA, didn't play much FIFA last year because I wasn't very happy with the career mode. And as a predominant career mode player, I'm excited to see what the changes are. So we are going to do Bayern Leverkusen. We're going to pick them. I think we'll probably do Fulham in the future as well. We'll do them as like a mainstay save. Not a road to glory, obviously, but a mainstay save. So let's create our character now. I mean, I'm instantly feeling this geezer with the cap because I'd wear that cap and I'd definitely wear that jacket. There we go. Yorkie Man, obviously, from England. I've done Yorkie wrong, so let's add the E. I don't know how I managed to do that. It's my own name. Do you know what? For this one, I'm just going to stick with what we've got. We're going to try out some of the creation stuff. I will be doing a career mode over on Twitch, so if you do want to check that out, it will be down below. No schedule as of yet with that, but it'll be quite consistent content. You can see here we land on Leeds instantly. I would love to have been Leeds in this one, but unfortunately not. And with Ellen Road not being in the game, there's definitely no way that I would have been Leeds. Let's go to Germany here. We've gone the wrong way, though. I realised that already. It's alphabetic order, Yorkie. Have we gone past them? Yeah, we went past them already. We're going to do Bayer Leverkusen. It's going to kind of be like life without Havertz. I mean, we've got a decent budget there, 54 million. Obviously, that's going to come down because for some strange reason, it's telling us it in dollars. They want a high domestic success, which I imagine is like European competition, which is cool. And it's low financially, good youth development, so it'll give us the opportunity to do some of the youth development stuff. I'm going to start on world class. I think we're good enough for world class, but we'll see how we get on. I mean, I haven't, like I say, I've missed a year of FIFA, but in previous years of FIFA, I used to play on Legendary. I just really didn't play much. So there is financial takeover now, which is cool. You can start with that if you think the team should have more of a budget, but we're going to do that. I am actually going to do strict transfers. I want to see what they're like. I wasn't happy with the transfers in the last game. I thought it was way too easy to sign some of the greater young players, and I just don't like that. You can amass a wonderful squad out of nowhere. We are going to keep the window on, though, because the window is still open. So your feedback down below in the chat is going to be massively important for who we look to bring in this Leverkusen save. I'm excited to see the team first. Don't go through it. I've been trying to watch a lot more German football recently by watching the highlights over there on BT Sport, and I've really been enjoying it. And Leverkusen have got off to an okay start, and I'm pretty sure they signed Piatek. No, it's not Piatek. Schick. They signed Schick, so it'll be interesting to see how he does. So we can pick our initial tournament, and you know the deal with this one, although this is a much easier tournament than that. This is a much easier tournament than that. Do we go with tournament 1 then? Oh, the contrast in that, because you took Chelsea, Napoli, Villarreal, Sevilla, Lille, Spurs in that one. I mean, the only team in this one that I can see is really, troubling us is, oh no, potentially Torino. We're actually going to go with the lower money one. It's a million less, but I think we could probably actually win this one. As you can see here, new menus in FIFA. I'm sure you'll have seen a lot of this. I'm playing on PC. It seems pretty fluid so far. I don't know what graphic settings I should be playing on, so we're just on Ultra with everything for now. But let's meet the squad. So we'll start in order here, and we'll start with goalkeepers, and we do have Hardecki, who is a fantastic goalkeeper. So at the goalkeeper position, we're all right, but we definitely could use someone maybe young coming through in the background. We do have a prospect there with Grill. We've got at left backs, we've got Wendell and Sigraven, which isn't too bad, to be fair, actually. We've got some decent players there. Sigraven can also play centre mid. I do think we'd probably need another left back, though. Maybe a really good left back. Tapsoba at centre-back with Bender. Obviously, Bender getting on a little bit now. He's 31. Dragovic as well, though, 75 overall rated. Tin Jedvaj, who could play all across the back, so that's decent, actually. And we've got Restos as well, who could play all across the back. So we've got some players there that can do multiple positions, which is decent for us. We're actually fairly decent here at centre-back by the looks of it. The three main centre-backs will probably be Bender, Tapsoba, and obviously Jonathan Tah. And then we've also got Lars Bender, the other brother, at right-back. We're very strong at the back, actually, here. We're very strong. Maybe we could look to move one of these on. Potentially move on Dragovic, the 29-year-old Austrian. I don't know. Let me know what you think about that. I'm not going to do any transfers until we get the first episode out and we've got some opinions back. But maybe we move on Dragovic. Zil there out on loan. Baumgartlinger as well, a decent CDM. We've got 31 Aranguiz. He's 31. That's the problem. He is the captain, though. But here we go. Here we go. This is my issue here. Look at this. We are... God. God, we're short. Although, is that just CDMs? Okay, so CMs are up here. That's absolutely fine. Baumgartlinger, though, and Aragiz will be brilliant DMs if we choose to play a DM, or just centre mids, because they could both... Okay, Baumgartlinger can't play that position. What we've got to remember is both these players are getting on as well. We've got Bailey and Diaby, two players who I am absolutely over the moon to be getting to use. Both very quick, both very good dribblers. They're going to be key to this save. We also got 21-year-old Ezequiel Palacios as a Football Manager player. I know this man could turn out to be a little bit of a god here at the team. Derambe, we've also got as well. We've got Wirtz, Paulinho, who I'm interested to see how he gets on and how he grows. He's showing great potential. We've got Miri as well, Bellarabi. We've actually got decent options going forward. From what I can see so far, we've got some youngsters here that don't actually have in-game phases. Their contracts expiring soon. But it'd be interesting. We can use these players to maybe toy the development plan and see how much that actually improves a player, because the development plan is new this time around. So it'd be interesting to see how that works. And then for me, we come to the position that could probably use the most work. Kevin Volland gone. Of course, Kai Havertz gone as well. They're two attacking holes that need to be plugged. We've got Lucas Alario, the 27-year-old Argentine. We've got Schick, 24-year-old Czech Republican. I am a fan of Schick, and he looks very good in this game, actually. His player face is nice. And Alario is fairly quick, if I remember. And then we've got this lad who will probably be leaving because Pojan Palo. Hey, I ain't ever saying that name right, am I? I ain't ever saying that name right. So that's the squad. I think it's a pretty strong squad all around. I'm actually really happy with us at defence. So I think maybe another striker, maybe another cam. Because if we are going to play a cam, we don't really have a player for that. We've got Amiri and we've got Paulinho. None of them are anywhere near as good as what Kai Havertz was. So this is the formation. It's thrown up and it's thrown together. But to be honest with you, I am going to give it a go. I always like to use the base formation, see how it works. I haven't played a single game of FIFA yet. I loaded up the Liverpool and PSG stuff was going on in the background. Awesome stuff. Great stuff. But I didn't play it. I played all of like a minute of it just to see the graphics. And I played a minute of a Leeds versus Huddersfield game because that's what it recommended for me. And that is it. So we are going to try this formation and see how we get on with it. I need to get to know the players and get to know the team. But what I am excited about is we do seem to have a little bit of depth, although it not being good. And I'm worried at striker and I'm worried at cam. I want to use Paulinho a lot and Palacios a lot, two great youngsters in the team. But I think if we're going to be a top 4 German side and a team that could do something in Europe, now I think Leverkusen are either in the Champions League or in the Europa League as well. We're going to have to bring in some better talent. So just having a quick check on the calendar, and I must admit, this calendar this year does look very smooth. We're going to look at these schedule rules, you know, the rest day, the recovery day, the training. So I'm not sure what impact it has, but we do have Dynamo Kiev, Slavonspor, nailed it. So it was easier to go to the group because I didn't know who the third team was. It's Stromgodset. It's them. God, they're making this difficult for me, aren't they, in this first save? They're making it really difficult. But nonetheless, this should be a group that we comfortably get out of. I feel very confident that we can do something in the Europa League this year. It'd be nice to go deep into the competition. So we can see here the actual budget is 43.20 million. That's a lot of money for us to spend, and 299k on the wages. Maybe with the kind of players we're going, the wage split could be different. I'm not sure we need that many wages, so we've probably got more around the 50 million mark. If we're being honest there, more at the 50 million mark to spend. So it'll be interesting to see what we could do with that. We've got some emails here as well from the board. The Champions Trophy, we don't really care about that one, and some transfer information. But let's look at the Youth Academy, because on this year's game, you actually start with some youth players in the Youth Academy, and I found that really interesting. Let's see what kind of players we've got in here to start with. Okay, so my instant reaction is to come to this guy with potential of 78 to 94 already, and we've talked that we need a goalkeeper. We've got a 16-year-old Argentine goalkeeper here who is 6'2", so he fits the mold of being tall enough for me. Now, we do have some actions, and I can do a development plan. So we are going to do a development plan, and I am going to teach him maybe to be a sweeper keeper. I feel like sweeper keeper would be decent playing out from the back. It would improve his positioning, his weak foot, his goalkeeper kicking and handling, but then also his reflexes. I think we're going to stick with balanced. I think we're going to do all of it for now, but down the line, then we might train sweeper keeper. Interesting, though. I like seeing stuff like this. These kind of touches that have implemented to FIFA Career Mode this year are the reason why I was so excited to come back and play the game. But apart from Jaral Milio, we don't really have anybody else. Surprisingly, we've got 3 goalkeepers, which to me just seems a little bit ridiculous. We're going to keep this as it is for now to kind of track their potential, but there's not too many options. Although this guy doesn't look too bad, Vara, you know, he's 63 to 87, could be a very good striker. He's going to need some training, though. He's not physically good at the moment, and his shooting is 49, so he's absolutely awful. But we'll see how quickly the Slovakian actually improves, because it's going to be a learning process for us to see how quickly players in this youth system do improve. And I think we will pick up 1 youth scout to start scouting some youth. I know it's not going to be all about youth this first season, obviously, but I would like to develop some good youth talent in this system moving forward for the club. Also got the vision and expectation, and the overall is to win the Europa League, which is interesting, to finish in the Champions League place, which I think is 4th in Germany, which is fine, and reach the quarterfinal of the Pokal. They do have high youth development, which does tie in nicely for us, because we are going to do some youth this time round. Brand exposure is decent. Get a streak of 5 games without defeat this season. I think we could definitely do that. If we don't do that, we might be in a better trouble anyway in the league. Continental, they want us to win the Europa League. Just, you know, easy peasy. It's a good job we've got a nice and easy group for us. I think that's going to be a difficult task, though. Domestic success, obviously the quarterfinal and reach the Champions League. And then financial, they don't really care about it. We can see it's there within 3 seasons, increase the club's worth, but they don't care about it, so it doesn't matter. Apparently, financially, we're fine, and that's good news. So as per usual, they've come back and we've got our first scout report. They're giving us this first scout report, and they're going to show us some players that potentially we should be looking at. Now, I have watched a lot of this guy. I'm not even going to try and say his name. I've been watching him and he's been scoring goals at the moment. So we are going to scout him. He's shown great potential. He's been scoring goals there for Stuttgart. So we will take a look at him. A young striker would be nice. There's some players here. Tahith Chong, obviously, is on loan there at Werder Bremen. You've got Konate, who would be a great centre-back. There is a centre-back as well, who I wouldn't mind in France, but we won't say his name because you guys might come up with it. Tewao as well there at Union Berlin. There's a few decent players. Piontek actually would be someone who I would be interested in signing, so we will actually scout him. Decent player there. We've got Maximilian Arnold as well at Wolfsburg, actually, who we should scout. As you can see, he looks like a very decent player, and our CDMs are aging. They're very old, at 31 and 33, I think. So Maximilian Arnold at 26, German, 6 foot. I would be interested in signing him. I'm not going to go wacky with the transfers. I'm just going to let you guys know that now. I ain't going to go wacky with the transfers. That's not how I like to play this game. I'm not just going to go and sign players out there that are £1 million, but they're going to end up being 99 rated, because I don't like that element. I want it to be difficult, and I want me to have to really consider and think about the transfers and how they're going to impact the team. But Maximilian Arnold could be a good one, although Wolfsburg may be seen as a bit of at least a European rival. I don't know how strict transfers are going to view that. One thing I've noticed already that I like is they've got rid of the catalogue, so you can go and actually edit players straight away. So if you do have those youth prospects where their shirts aren't untucked, so on and so forth, we can actually go and edit that straight away. So I like that. What we're going to do here is we're going to hire our first youth scout. I think that would be ideal. Oh, we actually start with a youth scout. So I'm not going to hire one, and you tell me where you think we should send Theo. I'm imagining you guys are probably going to say Germany, but you let me know where you think we should send him. But yeah, we don't need to hire a youth scout. How cool is that? Obviously, as well with youth, no more scout future star. But I'm not too butthurt about that. I quite like that idea. So let's move forward now a little bit on the calendar. There is quick sim here, and I'm intrigued to see what that quick sim is about. We will go forward here. So training sessions, sharpness games, and playing drills. I know we have to play the drills. I'm not going to play them this time round. I know we have to play the drills to get better results. Now, it's been mentioned, and I have watched some videos, thank you, Chesnight, that it is better to play players in these training drills that are not actually playing in your first team, because then it'll gain them match sharpness, and you players that are playing week in, week out will gain match sharpness from playing. So that's something to bear in mind, and I probably will bear that in mind, but for now, I'm going to leave these as they are. If you think there's particularly certain players we should put in certain training scenarios, then let me know, and players we should train to play different positions. I am already thinking about training Diaby to play on the right as well as the left, but let me know. But for now, with the training, I'm not going to touch into it too much. I'll probably touch more into that on the live stream. I'm just going to simulate them for now. But as we get more advanced and we know more about the training, we'll do more in-depth analysis on it. This is an interesting email that we've just got here. It's basically saying that the current captain that we have now is struggling in the dressing room. I've not seen that one before. And it's saying that we should use someone who has a leadership trait as captain. This is a good sign already, because this is a new email that I haven't seen before. And here we go. Aaron Gee's here. He's welcoming me, Yorkie Man, into the team. He says, greetings, boss, on behalf of the whole team. I wanted to welcome you to Bayern Leverkusen. Obviously, we're not going to call ourselves that. I'm going to reply to him, and I'm going to tell him the future is exciting, because I believe here at Leverkusen the future is exciting. It shouldn't take us too long until we're back on the right tracks and hopefully pushing to win this league. Obviously, that's made him very happy. And there we go. That's just a different player chat than I've seen before, which is extremely good to see, because if we're being honest, the player chats that we saw in the past were a little bit frustrating. Now, I am noticing, you'll probably see this now, there's some menu glitching and flashing in the background. I don't know why, but that is there at the moment. We are going to play this first game. I want a game in this first episode, so we will play it, and it is going to be this pre-season game. We're playing on World Class. Bear in mind, I haven't played FIFA basically for a year. I think I clocked like 19 hours on last year's FIFA. That's how much I played. Some controls have changed, but let's see how we get on in this one. I'll probably just bring you, the key highlights of what's gone on. Team management-wise, I'm going to go out with the team that they expected. This will help me tweak the team here, though, seeing how we get on. And the bench, who have we got on the bench? I don't want a goalkeeper on the bench. I like to live on the edge. I want Palacios and Paulinho on the bench here, because I want to try them out. So we will take we'll take Ritz off. And that's what we're going to go with and see how we get on in this one. Obviously, we'll start with Schick up top, but I think if we need a pacier option, Ilario is there on the bench. So here we go, guys. My first game here on FIFA this year. I have some sounds on in the background. Let me know what you think if they're too loud. I haven't been able to adjust them at all yet. They're kind of on the same settings that we do for PES. Also, if you are new around here, guys, make sure to smash that subscribe button for more FIFA content, as well as PES content on the channel as well. That's going absolutely nowhere. We'll be doing both all this year. And remember, the live stream will be at some stage today as well. We'll be doing some Ultimate Team. We'll be checking some other stuff out. I'm going to be doing as much content as possible on this and on PES as we set through Bellarabi. Now, I've been told crosses are improved. That is, by the looks of it, correct. Crosses are improved. We've scored here in the opening moments, and I can't complain at that personally. Schick gets his first goal under my tutelage, and his first goal for the club, obviously, albeit in pre-season. But yeah, I mean, that's a great start to the game, isn't it? 1-0 already. I just spotted the run, and this is a good sign for improved crosses. It really is. Exciting. They find themselves with a corner here. Let's see what they could do with the corner. Hardecki punches it strangely, but straight out. Also, guys, the camera will not be on while we play the game, so you can see all the action. Obviously, I'm still here. But yeah, let me know if you think we should change that. But I quite like that system already. It's what we've been doing on PES. I quite like it. We've got another corner here. Let's see what they could do from this. And they will get a good header off. It's Funes Mori. There was a little bit of a talk about him at the start of the game, whether he would be here or not by the end of pre-season. Mari now. We've got Bellarabi. I'm going to give him the opportunity. Bellarabi! It's 2-0. Maybe World Class is a little bit too low for us. I'm not sure. We are playing against a team I've never heard of before. But yeah, maybe World Class was the wrong step for us to choose. I didn't know. We're coming straight back into FIFA again. I didn't know. But this was pretty easy to do. We cut through them quite comfortably. Good finish from Bellarabi. I'm expecting him to be a big player for us. Oh, I've slotted in Diaby now. Dangerous position for Diaby. I'm going to lift it up for Schick. It's free. We've definitely put it on too low of a difficulty. We really have. Every attack I've had, we've scored. Every attack I've had, we've scored here. It's 2 for Schick now. Diaby absolutely blew through there. Wow. Easy as you like. Dangerous for Diaby again. Managed to slot it in. Oh, it was nearly another one. It really was. It was nearly 4-0 here. This has just been so easy to carve them open. Good save from the goalkeeper, though. So I've just noticed there's an option that we can sim the rest of the match. So that's what we're going to do now, and we're going to take a quick look at this interactive match simulation, which is interesting to see because, let's be honest, I've definitely picked the wrong difficulty. That was far too easy. So this is new in this year's game and something that I think has probably been needed for a long time for you to have some more control over the simulation and what's going on. So it's nice to see this in this year's game. So you can simulate like this if you want to. You can also, at this stage, whenever you want, as the game is going on, we'll see how this unfolds here though. When the game's going on, I can also hit pause here. I can press jump in. I can press team management and make some changes, or I can jump to result, which is what we will do now. We will jump to the result and see how we get on, but 3-0 up, and it does finish 3-0. We'll definitely up the difficulty straight away there. I've never heard of this team before, Rayados. I think they're a Mexican outfit, but that was a little bit too easy for us, wasn't it? A little bit too easy. I think we should probably kick it up to legendary right from the get-go and see how we get on. So obviously world class was just a little bit too easy for us there, so we're not going to do world class anymore. Although if you do play world class, I think do you not have competitor mode on that if you play world class? I don't know how that works. I'm assuming not. So we're going to go legendary but non-competitor mode to start with. We may change that down the line, but this is what we're going to stick with for now. But yeah, I think we need to up it to legendary. That was well, that was really easy. 3 chances, 3 goals. Well, I must admit, we learned quite a lot from that first game in this episode. We got to see the sim. We got to see how I can do on world class, for one. And we got to see crosses. And crosses was a big one for me because you just might as well not cross the ball in last year's game. But the crosses in that was good. And having a player like Schick could be really beneficial for us to be able to cross the ball into him, and he scored 2 headers in that one. Right, guys, so that is going to be it for episode 1. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're playing FIFA right now, how's your experience? How are you finding it? Let me know in the comments. I always love your feedback, guys. Remember, live stream again today, and there will be consistent live streams of FIFA now going forward, every now and again. We are going to leave it here. I'm going to wait for your suggestions on transfers, and then the next episode we will start the season off. And it's a good start to the season because we'll play all 3 games. I am going to use the rule of thumb that we will be simulating some games. I'll probably play 3 games an episode like we do on PES, so that will be monthly as well. So we'll only play 3 games in the month. This is a great month as well, with Leipzig in that one as well, and Hertha Berlin as well, who have a crap ton of money now out of nowhere. But anyway, guys, that's all from me for today. I think tomorrow will be a double upload day for FIFA. You know, with the game launching very, very soon and this early access now out, I think a lot of you guys will be playing it and wanting content to watch, and I'm hoping you choose here. Smash subscribe again if you're new around here. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. I'm Yorkie Man, and I will see you in the next one.